If you don't want to be called Nazis, stop doing.
You're called an
you've
been called an anti-Semite more than anyone else's table.
Yeah.
And people would sit there and no, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. Okay. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about conservative CNN panelist Brian Gerdesky being banned from CNN after a crazy exchange with fellow panelist Mehdi Hasan. Now, they were talking about the Trump rally, New York City, Madison Square Garden, and the general tone from the media, calling Trump supporters and rally goers and Trump himself a Nazi and white supremacists and all kind of stuff. They were talking about that. And Gerdesky was like, hey, I got to stop calling us the Nazi stuff. And Hasan's were like, well, you got to stop being a Nazi. You got to stop doing the Nazi things. And then they get into this whole thing about being called anti-Semitic. I'm sure Gerdesky gets called anti-Semitic. Hasan's like, well, they call me anti-Semitic as well because I support the Palestinians. Gerdesky then says, I hope your beeper doesn't go off, which is a tad bit too far because obviously that's in reference to the September 17th attack against Hezbollah from the Israeli government, in which 3,000 people were deleted or injured. Now, the Israelis and those who support the operation were saying, hey, we're trying to get Hezbollah. But in reality, you got a bunch of little kids and meemaws and everything else in the process. So I think that was a tad bit too far. And for Gerdesky to bring that up was kind of crazy. Now, before I go any further, let's get into some context. Let's see what happened during that attack. Then we're going to get into the comment in question and the aftermath in which they announced they banned him on air. All right. Everything I'm talking about right now will be in the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
It was an attack the likes of which we've never seen before. Hundreds of handheld pagers exploded nearly simultaneously across Lebanon and in parts of Syria.
What we know is about 2,800, and that number could go up, of these people who were injured, were standing around people or wearing these pagers.
A Hezbollah official said that a new brand of handheld pagers used by the group first heated up, then exploded.
Who uses a pager? This is something that Hezbollah started doing because they believed that their phones had been compromised in terms of intercepts by Israeli intelligence. So this was a way to communicate, they thought, securely.
So now you see the context behind the whole beeper pager comment. All right. Now let's go to the video in question to get the full context here.
If you don't want to be called Nazis, stop doing.
You've been called an anti-Semite more than anyone else's table. Yeah. And people would sit there and no, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it.
Yeah. I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die.
Now let's pause. Gerdesky, I think he just spoke without thinking, because you got to understand where you are. First of all, you say something like that, that could be considered a threat to violence. So now you're in a whole different world. See, it's one thing to call somebody anti-Semite, call them a Nazi, but then to say, the beeper going off, now we getting into a whole different lane. He just went too far right here, and you're going to see the look on his face after he realizes, oh man, I didn't did too much. All right, let's keep on going.
You should not.
No,
did you just say I should be killed?
No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
Hold on.
Did your guest just say I should be killed?
On
live TV.
I said I hope
Guys,
you don't.
let me just stop.
You said you hope my beeper doesn't go off.
Because you said I'm a big supporter.
And by the way, just for a little bit of information, Hasan is Muslim. His parents are from India, but he grew up in London.
Of the Palestinians.
Hamas?
Guys, let me stop.
Palestinians.
Are you?
Am I what? No, of course I'm not.
Palestinians are not.
I apologize.
Are you a racist, violent person?
So now we apologizing. I've never seen it happen before on television where somebody is going back and forth on a panel and then they go so far, they apologize. Now, right when he did that, it was over. As soon as he said that, you knew he was going to get banned because you're on CNN, you're a conservative voice, and you say something like that, and you know you did too much. They're going to use you as an example and say, see, this is what they do on that side. Even he knew he did too much. He's around the wrong people and they're poisoning his mind. He's around people just like him. That's why they don't want to have guys like that on. That's what they're going to say, right? That's the whole thing that's going on here.
Inciting violence against
Ryan.
That's disgusting.
That is completely.
I apologize.
Good job, CNN. Let's have first block say the Muslim guy should be blown up
I apologize.
on TV.
Now you see his face. Now let's go back. Hold on. Let's take a look at his face.
No, I apologize.
Good job, CNN. Let's have first block say the
He knew. Oh man, I messed up. That's what that face means.
Muslim guy should be blown up.
I apologize.
On TV.
Don't say then I apologize. You literally.
I thought he said Hamas. I apologize.
You didn't think I said Hamas.
Yes,
I said I
didn't.
supported
Yes,
Palestinian
yes,
rights.
I did.
Why? Because when you hear
What's funny
Palestinian,
is
you
Rudy
hear Hamas.
Giuliani said this
No,
yesterday,
because-
so you're a great guest.
Listen.
Now again, Hezbollah is the group that were targeted by the beepers, and he says, "Well, I'm used to being called anti-Semitic because I'm a supporter of the Palestinians." So how did you go from that to saying what you said? It was a mistake because you were just in the moment trying to be exchanging barbs, trying to be incendiary, and you got caught up.
Be here to
All right,
defend Rudy
I told
Giuliani.
myself I wasn't going to entertain nonsense today, and so at this point,
This is what we're in
I
now.
can't
This
do
is America in
Here's
2024.
what I will say.
Forget the
Here's what
racism.
that's right.
It's I should
That's
die.
right.
I didn't say that. You
You
should
said,
die.
what does beeper mean? Don't give me your
I
fake
did not
ignorance.
say you should
Guys,
die.
Why did you say with my beeper
So
noise?
what did you mean?
What did you mean by the beeper?
So what
I
did
said-
you mean?
What did you mean by the beeper?
No,
No, you didn't. You said, I hope your beeper doesn't go off.
Ryan, stop talking.
At least have the guts to support your racist comments.
Hang on.
Now, look, what you don't want to do, Ryan, is come on a platform like this and say stuff like that. You know you're in enemy territory. It's 18 against 1. It's the entire CNN against you. So you got to be 100% on your P's and Q's. You got to be perfect. Is it fair? No, but that's life. It is what it is. There's a lot of things in this life that's not fair, but it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do if you volunteer to be on CNN in this environment other than be perfect? If you're not perfect, you know what the consequences are going to be.
I'm so sorry.
Let her bring it back.
This is why yesterday's rally was disgusting.
Don't call us Nazis, but I'm going to
outrageous.
threaten the brown guy as a
This is
terrorist
why.
and kill him.
Because I didn't ever say Donald Trump was Hitler. But do you know who stood on a stage yesterday and said, I want to come to the Nazi rally? I don't have to make.
I mean, now, see, this is what they do. Once you give them an inch, you take a whole mile. The whole I want to go to a Nazi rally thing, that's people that's joking about you guys calling black people, brown people, white people, green people, blue people. They're joking about you calling them a Nazi.
Hey, we heard that Nazis were supposed to be here. That's what Hillary Clinton said. So we out here to see. Have you seen a Nazi today?
We are the Nazi party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm white though.
I'm
the Nazi right here, yes.
Yeah.
Dominican Nazi.
Dominican Nazi.
Latina
Nazi. We got.
Oh, I'm the black Nazi.
Black Nazi.
The biggest blackest Nazi you ever seen in your life.
I'm the Jewish Nazi. The Jewish Nazi. And listen, I'm the cool Nazi. I'm the white Nazi. I'm Mr. Cool himself. We out here, baby.
He's the white Nazi.
And he's the white Nazi.
They said that because of how ridiculous it is. They're poking fun at you. They're mocking you. But since he said what he said, now, okay, I'm going to just take that lie and run with it. And I'm not going to be challenged in this moment because you just said what you said. That's how they do. So again, you got to be perfect, because if you're not, they will take that small crack and open it up, and now you're toast.
Make up words and call you something. You're saying it for yourself. And what you just said
Kamala
right
Harris
here,
is a pimp
apologize,
handler.
but I will tell you, I don't accept that apology, and you didn't even say it
That's
to
fine.
me.
I didn't say it
that
to
was
you.
disgusting. But I can be offended when you don't even say it to me. I'm not Puerto Rican, but I was offended by what he said yesterday. And I'm offended.
But who? Trump? I don't. Last I checked, Trump didn't say the whole Puerto Rico joke, and the Puerto Rico thing was a far cry from this. I mean, really, the Puerto Rico joke was a joke which was based in reality. It wasn't about somebody getting deleted by an exploding pager.
That the former president and potentially future president would allow it and go for 12 hours and not say, I don't care. Because you know what? When Kamala Harris put out statements about switching up opinions, it wasn't good enough for Republicans.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you said it.
Why don't you take this back a little?
So that's that. Now let's get to what Abby Phillips said after Ryan got banned. On air, this happened. On air.
We're back here, and before we get started, I want to just address what happened in the last segment. And first, I want to apologize to Mehdi Hassan for what was said at this table. It was completely unacceptable. When we get this discussion started, you'll see that Ryan is not at the table. There is a line that was crossed there, and it's not acceptable to me. It's not acceptable to us at this network. We want discussion. We want people who disagree with each other to talk.
I'm sorry I got a pause with the CNN. Y'all know how they do. You get the general gist of what's happening so far. We want everybody to have a voice, but there's a line that's crossed, etc. Let's keep going.
Talk to each other. But when you cross the line of a complete lack of civility, that is not going to happen here on this show. It's a heated time. We're in the middle of a political season. We are 8 days from a presidential election. But we can have conversations about what is happening in this country without resorting to the lowest of the lowest kind of discourse. Want to address that, and I want to apologize to the viewers at home because we want to be able to hear each other, we want to be able to talk to each other, and we plan to do that in this next segment.
All right, so there we go. That is what's happening over on CNN. Now, I want to give my opinion. I want to really close it up. I think Gerdesky just went a little bit too far. I don't think it's really that serious. The apology should be enough. Hey, my bad. I'm just doing a little bit too much. I'm going too far. We're going back and forth. It's like Jerry Springer kind of set up. They want us to kind of go at each other. It's good for ratings. I did a little bit too much. That should be enough because, quite frankly, the left has no, they have no moral high ground to stand on. I'd have been called the N-word so many times by the leftists, online especially, all in my DMs. I'd have been disrespected on television by these people and in public, private, whatever. They would call you all types of N-words, everything. They would disrespect your blackness. Listen, these people are really, really, really bad, really bad. What Ryan Gerdesky said is nothing compared to the kind of abuse I've gotten over the past 10 years from these people. So really, I don't want to hear from them about any kind of moral high ground at all. All I'm going to do is tell my conservative guys and girls to be smart when you go on these platforms because it's designed to trip you up. It's designed to get you in this place right here. It's designed to make you be out to be the bad guy. You take the high road. You take the moral high ground. Do not let these cretins get an inch because they will take a mile. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your thoughts on what Ryan Gerdesky said and the back and forth between him and Mehdi Hasan? Was it a mistake? Was it too much? Was it whatever? Let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. Really, this was just him making the mistake because he's going back and forth. He's exchanging barbs. Okay, you want to call me this? I'm going to call you that. Back and forth, back and forth. It's like when you were a little kid and you joke too much or you fight too much and somebody hurt their finger or something like that, and then they go crying to their mama, you get in trouble. But it ain't that big of a deal, in my opinion. I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially knowing just how disgusting these people on the left tend to be toward conservative people. Calling regular everyday mammas and whatnot a Nazi for going to a rally. That is just a taste of what they do every single day in this country. Aside from the lying and the gaslighting and whatnot to the American people. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.